name. Shout out Chop, we locked in, it's the chain gang. Yeah, can't stand around the kid if you gon' keep complaining. I could drop some names, but nah, I'ma keep it player. We flashing bitches every time we see a hater. Keep my name out your mouth, bitch, unless we talking paper. Come on, motivate, yeah, elevate. Take that chain around you and get real estate. Know some niggas moving at the same pace, but it's crazy how them niggas think we in the same race. Ever told the truth and they still lie to your face? Call me as a bitch and we could tell by your bank, yeah.
Yo, 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 yo.
What it do, baby? We back.
Man, we are back.
Man, it feels good, man. How you doing, Sam?
Man, I'm good, man. You got me on this new ass couch.
Yeah, man. You see, we upgraded, man. This ain't Ellen, it ain't Oprah, but you know,
hey, baby steps. Baby steps. Hey, man, I like the fit.
Man, you know, I was feeling like Scarface. I was feeling like
got
Tony,
your 50-50 shirt on.
Yeah, you know.
Half and half.
Man, well, let's jump into it, man. So we got a big player in the house today. You know, we about to get things going. So for those that don't know, you know, welcome to season 2 of the Chop It Up podcast show. We definitely appreciate everybody that's been with us since the beginning to watch us grow. We definitely taking things to the next level. So let's hop right into it. So we got our special guest today. We got Miss Adgy. What it do?
What's up?
What's up?
How are
What's
y'all?
up? What's up?
I'm nothing,
feeling?
chilling. I'm hot, but I'm good.
You in Texas? It's gonna
I
be
know.
hot.
I
It's
love
gonna be
it.
hot.
It's a little hot.
I love it.
It's a little hot.
For sure, for sure. So, Miss Adgy, so I know you got a special name. You got a name from the motherland. So pronounce your name for us, for the viewers who don't know.
So my African name is Adjwoa Tyehimba,
Okay.
but mostly everybody calls me Miss Adgy or Miss Adgy baby.
Adgy, baby.
Yeah, took that from Lil Wayne, but yeah.
I like that. I like
Nah,
that.
for sure.
We appreciate you for coming.
No, thank y'all for having me. It's nice.
And it was kind of dope how we met her. So we was on somebody else's podcast.
Yeah,
And we
shout
met
out.
her and we stole her.
Shout out to the Love Network.
Yeah, shout out to the Love Network. Shout out to Lisa Love, man.
Lisa.
So, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So Miss Adgy, man, so we appreciate you coming on the show and definitely being here to talk about us. We got a lot of things to hop into. But before we get started, just tell us a little bit about who you are and where you from so we can know a little bit about you.
Okay, so like I said, my name is Adjwoa. It means born on a Monday, beautiful and intelligent.
Were you born on a Monday?
I was born on a
Okay,
Monday.
okay.
Shout out to
nobody,
Monday.
Yeah, nobody knew my name until I was actually born. I was raised in Oak Cliff, Texas, quote unquote. Some people like to call it the hood. I was the Cliff. And I was also raised in Atlanta, Georgia, in College Park, Union City.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm pretty,
Yeah.
you know,
The
well
culture is
cultured.
behind your name.
Oh, for sure.
The culture is behind your name.
I grew up in a bookstore. My daddy owned a bookstore, Pan African Connection in Dallas, going on 34 years. My mom worked for Delta Airlines growing up, so I'm well traveled. We got to travel a million places as we were children. Went to school in the heart of Oak Cliff at W.H. Adamson, which is predominantly Hispanic Latino. So I also got that part of the culture like down packed. I just feel like I'm a well-rounded person. I'm in the cannabis industry. I'm a food safety girl. I have a bookstore, and I like to sleep.
Ain't no wrong with no sleep. Ain't no
I
wrong
love
with no
sleep. So yeah, that's me.
For sure, for sure. So how long were you in Texas before you moved to Atlanta? Like, what did that transition look like? Were you like a kid here, then you kind of did adult years in Atlanta and said, shit, I'm going to come back and, you know, turn up on the city?
So pretty much, with my mom working for Delta Airlines, the hub is in Atlanta. So I kind of like spent some time in Texas as a child, went to Atlanta, came back to Dallas, went back to Atlanta, came back to Dallas for good. Ended up going to college at Arkansas Pine Bluff, which is 30 minutes out the Little Rock.
Hey, you in the sweat.
Yeah, I'm in the sweat. Yeah.
See, I went to Jack State.
Now I like Jackson State. Y'all cool too.
Nah, yeah. Shout
I
out.
support Jackson State. So yeah, swag. I moved to Houston for like 2 years, and then Hurricane Harvey hit, and I was over like all the flooding, and I came back to Dallas.
Okay.
So let's talk about, let's kind of just jump right in because I know we got limited time with you, so we want to take advantage of your time. So let's talk about how'd you get started pretty much in the cannabis world and how did that come about?
Okay, so growing up, I was, you know what Red Ribbon Week is? Y'all didn't have that?
Elaborate.
Yeah, please.
So Red Ribbon Week is pretty much teaching kids to say no to drugs.
Oh, like there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like there, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So I was a Red Ribbon Week hero. Like, you couldn't, if you offered me any type of drugs, I was like, no, that's bad, blah, blah, blah. And then I remember it was Red Ribbon Week in Atlanta, and the Afro Man song, I Got High, had just came out.
How does that go?
Dun, 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 dun.
Something like that.
Ooh.
If y'all play it, I get it, but I don't.
Because I got high.
Yeah.
Because I got high.
Oh,
Because I got high.
okay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
classic.
okay. Yeah. I'm
So
with
that
Okay.
song had came out, and I'll never forget. I was walking home, I think I was in the 5th or the 6th grade, and this dude's like, "Oh, you want to hit this?" And I'm like, "It's literally Red Ribbon Week. Like, no, I'm not gonna hit that." So, like, all my life growing up, I was against marijuana. If you did it a lot, I called you a pothead, weedhead, whatever. I was just against it because all the commercials, I saw how it affected my family. I mean, I got cousins in jail for selling cannabis. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it until I went to Seattle. And I'm a business girl. So we went to a dispensary, and everybody who walked in there was at least spending $100. I'm like, dang, if everybody who walks in here is spending at least $100, they making bank. Like, all types of people. You got old white women, like people who look like my grandma or grandpa walking in dispensary, walking out with cannabis. So after that, I said, I want to open up a dispensary, but I don't know how to legally do it.
Right.
So I started researching on my own, and I just really couldn't find any real information. So about a year and a half ago, I started traveling to different women who grow conferences, and I found out it was a school in New York who had a business of cannabis degree, master's degree program. So I applied, I got in it. Actually, just finished it on August 27th of this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And they teach you everything on distribution, how to grow it, different avenues on how to get into it. And for me, I was the only Texan, so I had to find a way that I could get into it in the state of Texas that was lucrative in a way that I also knew I would love it.
So you got a degree in cannabis?
I have a degree in
Can
cannabis.
you tell me what this school is?
Yes, please.
It's called Lamb College. It's out of Manhattan, New York.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. ain't it?
College. It is a school for this.
A school for weed.
Yes, indeed. Y'all finna get some new enrollment.
Yeah.
Everything. Chop it up podcast might be expanded.
But nah, that's dope. So, obviously you migrated back into Texas, right? Specifically Dallas. How did you pretty much build your name up in the space,
So networking, number one, being nice. Every dispensary I went to, from CBD dispensaries to actual medical marijuana dispensaries, for medical patients, just being nice to the owners and saying, hey, this is what I'm in school for. Is it possible I could maybe come work here or volunteer here and, learn a couple of things, this, that, and the other. And so I end up getting in with this one dispensary, and he's like, hey, you should probably do this. I think, I have a food safety background, so regulations. And he said, you should probably get into this. And I was like, that's actually a good idea. And he said, I'll help you work on your license, all of that. So kind of had a mentorship. Somebody helped guide me and sit down with me to fill out all of the applications and, make sure that my Instagram, my Facebook was clean before we submitted those applications, because they look at everything.
They're going to judge you.
They're going to judge you. It's certain things they don't want to see on your page. So he sat down with me. We did the application probably, May? And I just got it approved early August. So I'm officially licensed in the state of Texas to travel with hemp or travel with cannabis.
No, this is
Wow.
So if I
crazy.
get pulled over, I should be okay.
Hey, you'll get out of jail free card.
You ain't got pulled over yet though.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
Knock
we
on
don't want-
Knock
we
wood.
don't
on
want
that
that
wood,
down.
whatever.
We don't want that
She
down.
knocked on that. So we good.
Man, that's amazing. So how do you feel? Like you legit?
I feel pretty good. I mean,
Legally protected.
you legally protected, but we in Texas, so some of that legal stuff go out the door.
Yeah.
But it feels good. I never thought I'd be in cannabis. My friends always joke on me like, you the one who don't let us smoke in your car, don't let us do this, don't let us do that. And now you the one I can grow weed. I don't have none in my house, by the way, in case the feds are listening, DEA. I don't have nothing in my house, but I know how to grow it. I support the legalization of it. I support women growing cannabis. It's a medicine at the end of the day.
True.
A lot of pharmaceutical companies, they don't want to see it go too far because if they know, some $5 weed can cure, or you could grow some weed at your house and it'll cure this, that, and the other, then why would you need Tylenol, Advils, and all these other things that cause liver cancer?
Got to be in control, basically.
Got to be in control.
Got to be in control because that's where the money is.
Exactly.
So I get that.
No, that's dope. Man, that's dope.
But I love it.
So let's take things a step further. Where do you kind of see your business going in the future?
So what I do pretty much right now is I sample cannabis. And I know when I tell people, I sample cannabis, they're like, oh, so you probably high like 24/7. I don't even touch it. Like I literally put on gloves, and if you're a farmer or if you make edibles or something like that, before it could go on the store shelf, it has to be tested in the lab.
Gotcha.
It has to be tested to say, okay, it's safe, it's unsafe. Is it too much THC in it? Is there no THC in it? No CBD? Is it pesticides in it? Was it grown outside? And maybe somebody sprayed something on it and it's bad weed. So what I do is I go out to farms and different places and I sample it. I cut up some leaves, take it back to the lab, run analysis on it. And then I call you and say, hey, your product is good or your product is bad. I need you to either run it over or pour bleach on it and get rid of it. So that's what I do.
Damn.
Sound kind of like a scientist, low key.
Pretty much,
that
yeah.
That would have seemed like. That's
Pretty
dope.
much, yeah.
And that cooking that dahlia.
Man, that's hard, bro. Now that's tough.
But I do want to own my own lab. Like, I'm working with this black lady out of DC. She has a lab, so hopefully we're trying to get her lab to branch off to come to Texas because there's not that many labs here.
Yeah. Do you watch The Shy?
I used to, but it kind of lost me.
So in The Shy right now, they got something going where they're growing cannabis, but like the guy that's teaching the main characters how to grow it, they've developed a way to smoke to where you don't really feel like you're smoking. Like it's a smooth smoke. I don't know what they do, but I think that'd be dope.
I mean, it's a million ways to do cannabis. Like, I don't smoke at all, but I be high. Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So you
I
don't
don't-
smoke at all, but you sell cannabis.
I don't smoke. I'm an edible girl.
She gonna be on Trap Queen.
Man, it's just like your typical drug dealer back in the 80s. You don't
Yeah.
get high on your own supply.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's
I
the
can't
same-
say that
same
about all of
process.
them.
Like I said, you won't. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no.
can't say that about all of them. Because my boy right here, he went
yeah,
out bad.
Scarface
Yeah, he died
He
by
went
that.
out bad. Yeah, he died
Yeah,
by
he
that.
died by
Now, when I say I'm safe, and like if the DEA or Dallas police decide they want to come into my house, any day, because they can. I mean, I got a target on my back if I'm promoting cannabis.
Absolutely.
They could say, oh, she's got intent to sell, right? Especially the area I live in. It's a high drug area. I live in South Dallas.
Okay.
So now my house is clean, but like I said, I can get high without anybody smelling it. Everything. They got machines that we could do stuff in that you wouldn't even be able to tell like it's weed in the house.
That's crazy.
We could pass drug tests. We could do all that.
Free game. They take your ass to school. That certification. I'm
When
telling
your parents tell you to go to school and get an education, they did not mean biology. They didn't mean history. You can do what you want to do.
Hey, but you know what? My mama support me.
Nah, that's dope. Your parents support you.
And that's good to have parental support. For
Yeah,
sure.
especially with something like this. You need
Yeah,
somebody
so-
who's going to have your back.
Yeah, definitely.
Them,
It's like,
them red
yeah.
ribbon folks mad as hell.
Oh, yeah, they failed. They thought they had me.
No, that's funny.
Oh man.
What you got?
Oh shit, man, we gonna have
No. So, all right. So I don't want to just stop on this right here because I know you got other things that you're into. You also said off camera that you're a part of you run a bookstore. So can you kind of dig more into that? Kind of tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm the co-owner of Pan African Connection Bookstore in Oak Cliff, Texas, which is a Black family-owned bookstore. But we're not just a bookstore; we're more of a community resource. So we help the homeless, we help people start their businesses, we help authors, we help children in need. We pretty much do everything that our community needs. Like we have a 24-hour pantry. But for me, I think the biggest thing is we help people learn like their history, like their real history, you know, not just, oh, they had us in slavery. No, that we actually built pyramids, that we were the original astrologers, stuff
So
like that.
You getting your hands dirty.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm woke, quote unquote.
Should be. That's how a lot of people need to be. A lot of folks knock the hell out. They sleep.
But when it comes to cannabis,
right,
I'm a totally different person. I got a code switch a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't
You got
be
on
that.
and off switch.
You
It
gotta
depends
have
on
it.
what you in. That makes sense.
You gotta have it.
Yeah. That's dope. I was gonna say, have y'all ever thought about partnering with like the African American Museum on doing something like that? Or have y'all done that before?
Yeah, we worked with them before. We donate items to the African American Museum. We do joint programs. When the big authors come into the city, sometimes they'll stop at both, and we all do something together. So we're pretty cool.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Man, so have y'all ever faced like any challenges with like letting people know about their history? Like anybody came in like trying to stop y'all or saying they're giving incorrect information, or like what type of challenges have you faced with like having that?
So I would say the number one challenge we face probably would have to be from people who think you don't need to know your history, or people who thrive off ignorance. They like, I don't need to know this. Or we have a lot of people who want to stop our business, right? And they say, okay, maybe this bookstore, maybe we want to do what this bookstore is doing, but on a different level, we want to be able to control it more. So maybe they might start their own organization and pretty much steal the same things that we do. Or they'll try to get us shut down via little things like, oh, maybe their paperwork is off. Let's call the fire marshal. Let's call code enforcement, or little things like that. But for the most part, when it comes to educating our people, because we are community-based and most of our, we're pretty organic, grassroots, all of that. So most people want to learn. When they come into our business, they don't mind picking up a book. They don't mind paying an extra $3 or $4 for a book versus if you go on maybe Amazon, you can get it for 40% off. They don't mind supporting the vision. But really the biggest issue we have in business is really just haters. Like people who don't want to see us.
You ain't popping.
That's true.
Yeah, I was just finna say, that means y'all really doing what y'all supposed to do.
We try.
Yeah.
And it be people you don't expect. It's like, really?
So, and not to cut you off, I was going to ask, do you have a lot of pushback from our community, or what you think, not to kind of dibble in that, but do you think it's more so us, or you think it's a different collection of?
I would say they use us for when it comes to the pushback. So it might not actually be it'll be a black face, but the people behind them might not be black. Or I won't even say black. Sometimes people just want to push certain ideologies. Like, so sometimes we just call it a blackface business or a blackface nonprofit. I might put some money behind it, but I'll pay a black person's face to be in the front to make it seem like everything is cool, which happens a lot.
Gotcha.
Man, that's crazy. She said them haters. That's the man.
Because you won't see it coming.
Yeah.
If it's a black man, or a black woman.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a smile. But if it's somebody else, you might think twice, like,
And history has shown, that they'll hire us to do their dirty work to infiltrate a lot of what's going on, to disrupt.
Exactly.
And then if they can't do it that way, then they'll just go straight in with their own, how they go.
And it's crazy. Like information is probably the number one most powerful thing that people want folks to avoid. Because like even now with just the generations of our parents, just think about the information that they didn't have that we have now with stuff that's even happened. Because I was talking to somebody the other day, even with the whole PPP situation. Okay, we went into a pandemic in 2020, but we had a recession with Obama. Those same resources was available, but it didn't really happen. People weren't really as knowledgeable about things that they had options to in 2008 when we even had a black president, during that time about all the resources and stuff that were available.
Right.
So information, man, is key,
It is key. And owning a bookstore, you hear it on the news every day. Critical race theory, we banning all these books. You see so many books that are being banned that children and adults need to read to not even so much wake up, but just to find self-love or know who they are, where you don't think this whole gangster mentality is the only thing you could do, right? That that you could own a business, that you can respect a woman and do other things, but they banning books every day. They not teaching kids how to read anymore. It's just our communities are failing right now.
So who decides I'm gonna ban this book? You know what I mean? Like, is it like
They have a whole committee.
really? Mm-hmm. And do they like vote on it, or they just be like?
I don't know how it goes. I just know the state of Texas, the state of Florida, they have a committee where they might say, this book got too many gay people in it, ban it. This book has too many black, has Marcus Garvey in it and he's leading people to liberation, ban it. We don't want people to know about black unity or black, family, stuff like that.
Well, no, what's really crazy, and you are definitely right about that. So I've had the best of both worlds to grow up in elementary school here in Texas and then do school in a predominantly black state, Mississippi. And the differences on what they teach history-wise, they teach Texas history here. All right, so anything dealing with like African Americans, you're just gonna hear about slavery. They're not gonna tell you, it's nothing positive in the school about it. They're just gonna give you about slavery, how it happened, that whole little concept. But then when you get to Mississippi, they're giving you Mississippi history on like things you need to know. They make you watch the movie A Time to Kill, Mississippi Burning, to educate you on like where we were and where we are today, these iconic name people like Emmett Till and things like that. Like, I didn't even know about none of these people until I moved to Mississippi, to really kind of see the history. But it's just crazy. Every state teaches only state history. Well,
when you teach people their history, they more inclined to unite and come together against you. Yeah. Like what we saw in Alabama with the boat thing.
Oh, that shit crazy.
Right? We'll never see that in Texas.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen in Texas. I don't care what nobody say. Now, them people in Alabama.
That was years of aggression.
That was years of aggression.
Years of aggression.
That was
and
like.
the opportunity presented itself.
You ain't gonna do that. I'm not mad at the president.
Walmart had a sale a couple of weeks ago on that same chair.
Hey,
free him.
Man, it's crazy though.
Yeah.
It's just. And the world is just changing now, and it's becoming so different. And I don't even really know where we're going as people anymore. I feel like we're kind of spreading apart. I feel like at a point in time, it was a lot of unity had came together, but I don't know what the fuck going on now.
It's a crazy time. I feel
it's crazy because our stores in the hood is in South Oak Cliff, and we see the good, the bad, the ugly. We see it all. We see people coming in and request T-shirts because somebody got shot. We didn't see Dallas police walk in and say, "Hey, can we see your camera footage? So and so got shot." And then we see like beautiful black people coming in, learning. Kids that's like 5 years old reading like millions of books and want to buy books. So we see it all, and there is a chance for unity, but we just got so many people want to see us divide, because when you keep people divided, it's easier to control people. It's no progress. Yeah.
I was going to ask, with the bookstore, have y'all done it already with like an app feature? Is there a potential where there's like an online side where you can, if you're not able to make it, but you've heard of it, can we still buy books online and stuff like that?
So you could definitely go to our website, panafricanconnection.com. We did talk to some people about an app, but unfortunately we are a small business. An app takes a lot of time, energy, and money to perfect.
Right.
We use social media to the best of our capabilities. We have Instagram, Facebook. I think we got like 17,000 followers on Instagram. Straight organic, like no bots. I delete block box when I see them.
How long did it take y'all to build that? Like with having literature information to read on a reading platform. Like how long did it take y'all to build that?
Oh, wow. I mean, my dad started this bookstore in 1989, so. And he passed away in 2012, and me, my mom, and my brothers decided we're going to keep it going.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
So
We're not going to let it
it's in the
fail.
family. This ain't going nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Like, when I say our family is really, we got each other's back. We are military, like, we dogs for each other. We, like, my mama a pit bull, I'm a German shepherd. When I say if
y'all
you come
really part of all the dog.
We are. We love it. Like, it's really till we die, because we see that we got to move our people forward some way.
Yeah. And it's dope that you're doing it in a place that stereotypically, when you look at Dallas and you go above, can be viewed as, oh no, you can't go over there. That's the hood. But for a lot of people that's down there, that's home. You know what I'm saying? And y'all still bringing positive energy consistently flowing through it, even though sometimes there can be some type of negativity surrounding that area.
Exactly.
You know
and we a safe place for many people. Like, you can have whatever type of conversation you want in there. You won't be judged. We didn't have people almost scrapped before, but they don't actually fight because they end up understanding each other's point of view. We have all types of people, white, black, Asian, who come into our bookstores for a better understanding of each other. And sometimes people be surprised when they see certain people walk in our store, and I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna say we for everybody, but we support the forward movement of humans. Like, so if we understand that the whites can help us in certain areas, then let them lead the way. Like, when it come to protesting, let them get on the highway and block. They gotta get out of jail for free cards. Let them do that. On the other hand, we might be charged with some other stuff we can't get out of. So it's good to have allies and stuff like that.
Yeah, for real. So let me ask you this. I think this would be dope, and this probably on the bigger picture side. You ever thought about trying to get like maybe your store's curriculum in the school district?
So,
like across Texas, and then work its way on global, like United States and around the world?
yeah, so it's a little tricky, but what we do, we take teachers can request we come to their school, and we do like Black or African American history classes. We just did like a program at one of the high schools, and they loved it. We take like shackles, drums, clothing, jewelry, everything out there.
That would be dope as like a required class.
It would be. So I think Dallas has a mandatory African American history class, but I'm not sure how things are going now because they just did a whole lot of DEI stuff in the state of Texas. So I'm not sure if they got rid of it or not. I'm not sure. Texas is different, you know.
Yeah, it's its own country. You know, you got Europe, all that, Texas.
Yeah, they kind of seen how people were like coming together with that George Floyd riots and stuff. And well, I won't call it a riot, coming together, and they saw the unity in it, and it was like, oh nah,
we can't
shut it down.
Nah, we need to
shut
this
down. Pop off down here.
Nah, we gonna dumb y'all down somehow.
But it all starts with the people and who you put in that position to make that, because that can easily be reversed depending on who's in that seat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Easy. Definitely. All of that stuff can be easily blocked, taken out of the equation. But
I just feel like with Texas, it's a lot that probably is going to be hard to make happen because you got 2 presidents that live here, 2 ex-presidents.
Who is that? I know what George Bush.
And his son.
Oh, George Bush gone though. The daddy gone.
Well, I'm just saying the spirit here. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bushes are here.
Hey, they down the street.
Duh.
You got the brother, the brother.
You right.
All three of them was.
I think the brother in Florida though.
Well,
I think he's the governor in Florida. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, we say it like that.
They all family.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got power. You can be like, hey, bro, you can shut down 75 for me real quick. I got somebody coming through. You got that type of power.
They do.
Money is power.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I was gonna ask as far as, and this may be a little bit too far out of your range, right? But have y'all ever been given opportunity to like work as far as like for Black History Month, right? With a particular sport, like a sporting event, like or a actual major team, like, hey, we're having this. We'd love you guys to come and be a part of it. Have you ever collabed or thought of something like that?
So we get recognition from different sports teams, like, oh, y'all are like the best Black bookstore in Dallas, or y'all promote this, y'all promote that. But we never like really worked with a sports team to do something like on a larger scale.
Okay. And I didn't know if Dallas had any like expos or something like that, like book expos.
Yeah, we have a lot of book expos, but Dallas is really political. So, you know, they might not want us in certain spaces promoting, you know, what we might promote. Yeah. And like at the other podcast, I was saying, we don't take money from everybody. Because once you start taking money from people, you might have to jump different. So we like to jump on our own beat. And yeah, we just
Standing
keep it
on all
organic.
10.
Yeah, you got to. Because once people start putting money in your pockets, you got to talk different.
That's true.
And if you don't talk different, you know, you're in
how that
trouble.
go.
Yeah, so we know the game.
man, that's a lot of good advice. Well, I know we're running a little bit low on time, and we definitely appreciate all the great information you gave, but we want to end with one question. So if you had some advice to give to anybody out there, just with some of the things that you may have experienced in business on just how somebody can be a little bit more productive or maybe things to watch out for, what advice would you give to somebody out there?
I would say, I know it's cliche, but stay consistent. Stay 10 toes down. Make sure you ready to go against whatever force is going to come against you. Make sure you got somebody in your back corner, because when you cry, you do need somebody to wipe your tears. And you want to hear some positive reinforcement. Know how to take constructive criticism, because sometimes your idea really might be horrible, like, and you need somebody to tell you.
That's very vital information.
It is.
Like, people be like, oh, you hating. No, this is actually a bad idea. Like, don't do it. You know, so take the good and the bad. But I would say be consistent. Like, I got some little brothers, and they got a clothing line. They just celebrated 10 years. They've been doing it since college, but it's now kind of blowing up, right? YK, 1K.
That's dope.
And people,
and they actually got some dope gear. I seen the shorts with the city and stuff.
What's the name of it? Say it again.
It's Young Kings Clothing, YK, 1K.
Okay.
And a lot of people think like, oh, y'all just blew up overnight. They've been doing this for 10 years.
And that's how a lot of people think about it. Like, you see them more common and more recently, you think they just came on and said, nah, they've been grinding. You got to look at their stuff.
The story, behind it.
So be consistent and take criticism and just be yourself. Like I said, don't take money from the first person who offered it. Right. Be you, for real.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you got that speech down pat. You need to call Michelle and tell her you ready.
I could work with Michelle.
Well, if you can, please shout out where everyone can find you in the different various occupations that you're involved in, so they can tap in with you if they can.
Okay. You can find me Monday through Sunday at the Pan African Connection Bookstore, 4466 South Marsalis in the heart of Oak Cliff. If you are interested in what I do about cannabis, follow me on Instagram at Miss Adgy Baby, MISSADGYBABY, Miss Adgy Baby. Follow my little brothers, YK, 1K, and y'all support these brothers at the Chop It Up podcast. For sure.
Every time you say Miss Adgy, baby, I just think about Carrie Hilson.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
Sav?
Yeah, man. That was dope.
It was.
That was dope.
It was.
Adgy, we appreciate you for stopping by and chopping it up with us.
For sure.
Yeah. We definitely want to, in the near future, bring you back and see how the progress has been going for you and your businesses and stuff like that.
And bring some cannabis for us. We by this time we have went to school.
That lady don't need to bring that, man. You do not want no problems with them people.
I got you. I got the best.
But nah, well, everybody, that concludes this episode. Make sure you guys tap in, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, what is it?
Facebook, everything.
Everything.
If it's
We
social
on,
media, we out there.
Yeah,
We out there.
YouTube. And if you don't have a chance to watch this video, you can listen to us on Apple Music, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. You know what it is. It's Chop It Up Podcast.
And we out, baby.
We out. See y'all.